No, yeah. Okay. Okay. I started recording. Fine. So much I spent. Should I repeat that mean के लिए? Mean for arithmetic mean just for an a normal data which is ungrouped data summation or a summation of x by summation of n, not n, not summation n, just n number of elements. Vector, single vector will be given, that is 1 2 3 4. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by n. N is 4 values in your vector, so 4. That is called a mean for arithmetic mean for single vector. That means ungrouped data. For a grouped data, the formula is summation fi by fi xi by summation of fi. What is grouped data? You have a class interval and then frequency. I said class interval means you divide the interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20. And wherever that value is falling into that, you count and give that. For example, 0 to 10 you have done. How many times that product you brought? For example, biryani rice is there. How many times you brought in a month that 1 kg of biryani rice? So 10 times if you bought 0 to 10, it will not fit. So 10 to 11, it will come. So in that, your category will come. If you have bought 5 times, in 0 to 10, it will be there. Like that, you will divide the frequency for every interval. Then you do a midpoint. Whenever arithmetic means midpoint, midpoint you have to calculate. What is midpoint? The interval 0 to 10 is there, no? That interval. 0 plus 10 divided by 2, that is nothing but 5. Next is 20. 20 to 30, that means 30 plus 20, 50 by 2. So whatever the value is there, it will become xi. Xi is one single column. Then f into xi, meaning product, whatever the frequency into xi, you do it. Then summation of fxi. After the complete column you do, and complete column of summation of fi, frequency also you do. Then that value you are going to divide that. Then that becomes your mean for a class interval data, that is grouped data mean it becomes. I repeated for whoever wants to listen later. That's the reason I repeated. Okay, looks like everyone understood, right? Now let's move to the next one. That is also called, this is also called direct method. You will call it as direct method. There is another method for this also, where you use AM method, meaning where you will use A is some value and A plus summation of Fi xi by summation of Fi also you use. That means why you use, if the, see, if you have 10 values or 14 values, it is easy to calculate the interval, etc. But you have where the number variables is large on the values of fi. For example, some 10 digit value it is coming like that. If you are having, you cannot apply that formula. So that's why you go to this method, a plus summation fi xi by summation of fi. We use this shortcut or deviation method. This is called deviation method, where, which is approximate mean, meaning everywhere statistics all about is approximate. And we tell it as assumed mean is taken. A indicates assumed mean. The assumed mean is taken preferably near the middle value, and say deviation of di xi minus a. How do you find the middle value? For example, 100 frequencies are there. What is the middle value? 50 is the middle value. So you take 50 and you do the xi. Xi is what? Midpoint. Wherever the intervals you are adding and getting the midpoint. That then what you do, instead of doing summation of fi xi, what you are doing, another column you are putting di. Di is nothing but deviation method. In di, xi minus a. Xi means what? Your mid value. A means what? The middle value, whichever frequency is there, that one. You will minus and get that. This is another method. Then you do a plus summation of fi xi by summation fi. So up to here is one formula. Now,
Excuse
next,
me, ma'am.
tell me, Bhavani.
Ma'am, some people are struggling to join the meeting. Actually, they are waiting to joining, ma'am. So,
I saw Hamsa. Who else?
Hamza, Darshan, Supreet,
Darshan is here only.
Ansila.
She joined, no? Ansila, I saw her.
I think she got a network issues and got back.
Okay, no issues. Done. I'm sorry, I'm deeply involved in solving, explaining, no? I did not observe. Okay. So, moving on. In up to here, three methods I told. What? Just a simple mean within a single vector. Second, I told midpoints, but in a limited where you can count with fingers or where you can remember, a human brain can remember. You can use direct method, just finding the when the class interval frequency is given and midpoint. You will understand midpoint and give summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi you do. In normal one, you do summation of xi by n. Okay, but when the larger intervals, the larger class intervals are there, you use assumed method or deviation method. I'm introducing one more name called A. A plus summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. This is what I'm adding A plus. But in order to do the A plus, you need to, what you have to do, first understand the frequency and find the middle value, and uh, then you do the xi minus a, one more column. Xi is nothing but every column you are deducting and putting that value into that. I'll show practically manually in ChatGPT how to calculate, then how to do in program also I'll show after I complete mean. Just relax. Okay, then what I'm doing, then I'm doing substituting those values and completing that. That is a third method. Now I'm entering into new one. What did I say? Harmonic mean is a reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. What did I say? Reciprocal. Reciprocal means ulta. So, n will become top, xi will become 1 by xi. That means x1 plus 1 by x2 plus 1 by x3 plus 1 by xn. Like that it goes on. This is called harmonic mean. Clear? Next. This is grouped data. I am talking only grouped data here. Okay. Earlier one, I spoke about ungrouped data. That means single vector value. N by 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 up to 1 by xn I give. Now, when I come to this summation of fi by summation of fi xi means, again I am bringing fi means already, mean means I am bringing the midpoint values. I will show that also. This is a formula for harmonic mean for, so f, if you see, that means it is a frequency. X means x, capital X, if you are seeing, that means it's a midpoint. Summation of f by xi. Earlier you did a product. Now you will do a divided by and give the value. Okay, this is a harmonic mean. Next, last one, geometric mean for ungrouped data. Here, remove all this just to see. Geometric mean is equal to exponential of 1 by n summation of log of xi. How do I find the log of xi? I will take the scientific calculator, and xi is nothing but value of each value 1 2 3 4 you have in a vector, single vector. Log 1, what is value? Log 2, what is the value? You use the scientific calculator and find out the values and find the exponential value of that. Even for exponential also, you use the calculator for that as well. This is called geometric mean for ungrouped data. Next, grouped data. What is the formula? It is same. Exponential of summation of fi into log xi divided by summation of fi. Whenever F indicates means frequency is there and that is a grouped data. This is a banda gurtu you say for this exponential of Fi into log Xi by summation of Fi. I spoke in my mother tongue. I used that word. I don't know how to translate in other languages. Translate. Kannada is easy to translate, I believe. Same word it could be. Okay, I'm done. Let me explain you manually first. Then I will show it in programming. I am using, I'll keep this window because you guys are I will use ChatGPT. Are you able to see the screen? Again, somebody is waiting in the Bhavani. Okay. Now, call me whenever, if I'm deeply in explaining, call me because I'm closing this video. Arithmetic mean calculate. This is easy. Okay, I have in Excel, but where is the Excel? It will take time. I need to locate it. I didn't put it. So how do you are doing? Whatever verbally I explain, I'm showing it on the screen so that you can relate my verbal language if you're not able to understand. What is our formula? Summation x by n. What did I say? For ungrouped data, I said. Ungrouped means single vector value, which is like this. And how do you define in Python? As an array. Okay. So translate everything you need to translate. Okay, then you're finding sum and what is count? Count is number of values. Okay, that is 5. And this is mean. Very simple. Somebody message me. Let me check. Yes, sir. What is it? No. Okay. Are we clear? Okay. Next one. Arithmetic mean for grouped data. What did I say? Grouped data means class interval frequency will be given. So this is called, I'm telling, class interval and this is called frequency. So 0 to 10, I am dividing 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So this 2 will be given. Midpoint, I said, whenever you want to create a mean for a grouped data, remember midpoint have to calculate. For median, it will be something else. That's why I'm stressing those words. Midpoint is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. What did I say? 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5. Then 10 plus 20 divided by 2. 20 plus 30 divided by 2. 30 plus 40 divided by 2. Those are called midpoints. Did we get midpoints now? So 20, 30, 50. 50 by 2 is sorry, 20 plus 30, 20 plus 10, 30. 30 by 2 is 15. I'm sorry, 50 I said. 15. Okay, this is called midpoint. Then what is our formula? F into summation of fxi. Meaning what I'm doing, F is there. You need to, here this fellow didn't give, but always this box should carry forward. This entire box. This box should be carry forward. This fellow didn't do it. So now, so F into X. X we found the midpoint. Now 5 into 5, 25. 8 15s are 120. 7 into 25. Like this, we'll do f into x. Then what is our formula? Summation of fx by summation of fi. What is fi summation? Do the summation of this f summation. 10 plus 7 plus 8 plus 5. That becomes summation of fi. Okay, so this fellow he did here. And summation of this. So 670. Now substitute that value. 670 by 30. Are we clear? Okay. Now the third one. What did I say? Class interval will be there, frequencies will be there. Now, midpoint we have to find out for anything. So midpoint is understood. Now pick the central value. We said middle value. What is the middle value? 25 we have taken here middle value because these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 4 middle value will not be there. Either 15 you can take, 25 you can take because even my mid value will not be there. If it is an a 5 value is there, so we will get it. 1 minute, just a minute. Sorry, it was an important call. That's why I asked him to pick. So somebody is pinging me. What happened, guys? You have doubts? Okay, no doubts. Only yes, ma'am is there. What? Why did you say yes, ma'am? Keep the phone with you. Okay. Now, so what I'm saying, A is a middle value. Whenever it is a middle value, if you have an even number, either you can take second one or third one. It depends upon whatever. If it is 5, middle value is easy. Third one, okay, meaning number of elements I meant to say. So now di is equal to x minus a. A you have defined. So x for every x value. What is the x value? Middle value. So middle value minus 25. 5 minus 25 is minus 20. Like that you will get. Where is that? Here. Minus 20, minus 10, 0, plus 10. Like that you get. Then f into d you have to do. F earlier we did f into x. Now we are doing assumed method means d method. F into d. Then we are finding substituting the values. That's all. Okay, same value, we did it with 22.3. If you would have observed, same kind of metrics you used. They either you do that way or this way, the value is same. If you see earlier method also same value it came. Here also it came same value, approximately, not exact, approximately the value will be same. But when you will use this, I said, when you have intervals where you cannot remember more than 1,000 intervals, if you have, you cannot do it. Okay, that's the reason you accurate, you cannot do it. That's why assumed method is taken into consideration. Now, a statistician, meaning a person who did MSc stats and doing the statistical officers in the government organizations, because we don't have in private organizations statistical officers, though the subject is very creative and interesting, but you don't have that as a designation. So what happens is, for them to make it easy, Python have a programming introduced to put everything in that. Whatever I'm doing in this 10 minutes, no, now I'll do in 1 minute. Okay, let's go to the, did we understand here up to here? Clear, no? Manual way. Now let's go to, okay. Statistics, I'm explaining central tendencies. Some messages are there. Okay, Grace is telling clear. Now, search for mean. Okay, ungrouped. So what I'm using, I am using I found a little, I took time to search only mean. That's the reason I took. Import numpy. I'm using a numerical value, which is yesterday I taught I'm going back to previous class and merging into today's class. What I'm doing, import numpy, and I'm representing the values. Then mean value is equal to numpy dot mean. That's it, over. I get the answer, right? So 1 minute job. Whatever we did it, all gone. Okay, next, another one, harmonic mean. Harmonic mean. Did I explain harmonic mean? Reverse of that. For in a single set, what I'm saying, I'm not explaining this for ungrouped data, grouped data, because if you are going to that particular domain only, you need it. When you need it, then just understand the formula. The rest I will explain. No, it is the same type of calculation in Python. I will help you, but on a roughly I will tell here because we will waste time here up to 1:30 here only. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 I have given data. Sorry, not this data. I used another data 4, 5, 6, and harmonic mean is equal to here. What did I use? Spy. Import from stats. From spy, import stats. Stats is an again library which I used. Then what I used? Stats.h mean I'm using. Directly I'm using the keyword. Because that library, stats library, have calculated and ready to use. Just import that into your program and directly use harmonic mean. So harmonic mean, you will get this. Now let me do for your verification. I am telling 4, 5, 6. No, what what I give 4, 5, 6. I want to check the answers. 4.865. Did we get the same thing? Did I run this? I don't think so. I have run. Harmonic came 5 approximately because this there we got it 4 point exact value in here 4.865. So when we round it more than the second digit after the point, first digit more than 5 means we'll make the integer as 5, right? That's why it rounded in programming language, but the calculation is almost same. Okay, now we'll do for another data, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 harmonic mean. Let me run. This is taking time, no? First three, if you understand, rest all easy. Sometimes ChatGPT gives the wrong answer also. Don't believe. 22. What we got? 20.90. So 9 is rounded to 22. Okay, clear? I'm moving to next. Now, geometric mean, did I do or not? I doubt. Okay, two samples are, it is there, it is there. Same stats you have to put. Now 4, 16, 64, geometric mean. H mean for harmonic mean. G mean for geometric mean. Stats dot geometric mean. That's all. Okay. What we did? 10, 20, 30, 40. Sorry, 4, 16, 64. What we are doing? We are declaring as an array here. Okay. There we are writing numbers in manual. 10, 20, 30. Here we are declaring as an a matrix. Sorry, array. Then directly using import function and trying to put stats.gmean. We got the geometric mean. So if you run 4, 16, 64, 15.99, 16, 64. Actually, geometric mean means what is the formula? So how do you use? You have to use the calculator, scientific calculator, and start doing it. Now, so much teaching I will not do because subject itself is not there for you. So if you really write the exams of statistics, the statistics calculator I have already, which I downloaded freeware, and you can do that. Because the subject is not there for you, I'm ignoring it. So 16, where we got different, no? 15.99. Here it is showing 15. Okay. Ulta it is showing. Earlier it rounded, now it is not rounded. Geometric mean is almost approximately same values. So harmonic mean I told, geometric mean I told, arithmetic mean I told for an ungrouped data. Let's go to grouped data. For grouped data, you can't use directly formulas. H mean, G mean, like that you cannot use. That is what I meant. Okay. Now, this is the right program. Without library means I'm not using numpy and I'm using this. This is for different students. People who don't go for data scientist, they want to improve the logic. That's why without these keywords, without library I have nominate if put into separate heading. There is like that also people will be there. So just don't focus on that. Focus on this, whichever is related to you only. I'm trying to show you that. So import numpy as np because I am declaring array. That's why arrays I will use and use the for loops and use that. That's a reason. For grouped data, you cannot use H mean, G mean, like that direct words you can't use because that framework is not developed in any libraries. Okay, so now class interval is you are defining in an array and interval you are giving 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and this way you are giving, and frequency is also you are defining in array. Because why? Because you are giving an array, it will be easy to calculate the midpoints, etc. If you understand this problem, you can understand median, you can understand mode. So please focus on here how to write this. This is very important. Okay. Midpoints. What did I say for class intervals and frequency are there? Midpoints are important for mean. What is midpoint? The class interval lower in limit plus higher in limit. So what I'm saying, lower and upper divided by 2. What I am saying here now, np dot array, meaning I'm using the array and saying that lower limit for lower upper in class intervals. I'm saying that means I'm using for loop. Whatever you learned in your Python, I'm trying to put the for loop for a whatever you learned in your data structures, which is what is it? List. That list I'm using and defining that list in the square brackets, and I'm using numpy and using one line to calculate the entire midpoints for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 intervals I'm using. Okay, only one line. See how easy. Midpoints is in a variable. NP dot numpy array, if you are using, what happens in a list automatically moves. Did you learn that list? Automatically, you asked me not to teach data structures. Okay. Right. I asked you, should I recap? You said not required. So whenever I define like this, the cursor moves onto the list or tuple whenever I am giving. So that's why. And also I'm giving for loop for lower and upper in class intervals. So this is the line I should understand. If your basics of Python are good, then this you will understand. Okay, now what is the next point? F into X. Now fx, frequencies. What are frequencies here? And midpoints. What are midpoints? Midpoint for each value it comes. What happens? Sagar is coming on and off. Midpoints for every value you get, and you are multiplying. Then then what you are doing? What is our formula? Fx dot sum. Fx is what? This one. You did this, you are doing the addition of this. Then frequencies dot sum. Frequency is what? This one. You are doing this sum, 5 plus 8 plus 15 plus all those. All these are the aggregate functions. Sum is an aggregate function. Fx is f into x. Then sum and print. Then you are printing the result. Done. Only 4-5 lines, but that 4-5 lines you should understand how to write the code. Ansila, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Parshita,
Ma'am.
Pooja,
Yes, ma'am.
Gracie,
Yes, ma'am.
Shashank. Shashank is not active from day one, I believe. Darshan, Ataita, La. Hmm? Unmute and talk. You're searching
Yes,
the.
ma'am.
Okay, your voice is strong. Boys are lazy, no, they won't study. That's the reason. Radhika,
Yes, ma'am.
Raghavan,
Yes, ma'am.
should I proceed with median?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So this program is very important. Whoever is friend of Sagar, ask him to have a proper network first, because I will be available only online. I can't come to Mysore. I'm living in Hyderabad. Okay? Get a proper network, Wi-Fi network. This program is very important. This will repeat for rest of the programs. You need to understand the logic. Don't mug it. Understand. If you know the Python syntaxes, Python things, you will understand. Okay, let's move. Harmonic mean and geometric mean, I'm not saying for that. Not required, basically. Too many topics are there. I may extend for tomorrow also. Too much is grabbed into one in 3-4 hours. We cannot do it. Where is the PPTR? Babre. This searching is irritating for me. This is statistical. I will open, yeah, better. I don't know why I cannot search it. Where is the name? Did I close? Central tendencies, this one. I got. So now, next topic is median. Median means, what did I say? Median means it's a middle value, I said. Now, this is easy. For odd numbers, I said, if it is 5, middle value is 3. But you need to sort it in between. First, you need to sort, then find out the middle value. Okay, then that value is, middle value is easy. But for for an ungrouped, I'm discussing here. So both are in one slide only. So for an ungrouped, if you want to find the middle value, 1, 5, 6, 8, 9, some 10 values, if I have given middle value, this being the even number, you cannot get it. So if I give something 7, my middle number is, what is that? Fourth number, right? So my middle value is 4th. So fourth value. First, you need to sort and say that fourth value, whatever is there, that is your median value. But if it is an odd number, you need to choose, for example, odd number 9 is there, middle, not odd number, even number 8. If it's an 8 number, what is that? Middle values, you have to take this 4 and 5, you need to add and do n plus 1, meaning 5, 6, 2 numbers you need to add and divide it by 2 and take that as a middle value. Okay, so that's about the even number. Now, for an grouped data, for a grouped data, this is a formula. L plus n by 2 minus CF. CF is a new word, which is cumulative frequency. Mean means midpoint, I said. Now, median means cumulative frequency, you need to remember. Whenever median is asked, you should remember cumulative frequency. For a grouped data. Mean means midpoint. That means lower limit and higher limit you add and find out the midpoint. Then divided by F into H. What are these? I will tell. Lower bound. N is total number of observations, that are nothing but summation of frequencies. Cumulative frequency means, I will help you. Frequency will be there. You need to add frequency after the frequency. I will show in ChatGPT because I cannot write in the air, no? So, and H is a height and lower bond. Height is nothing but difference of the lower bond minus higher bond, meaning lower and upper bond limit. What is the difference? 0 to 10 means 10 is the difference. Then 10 becomes the height. L means 0 here. 0 to 10 means L is lower band value is 0. So that is called, for an grouped data, L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H is a formula. Are we clear? Median? This is more. Should I show it in ChatGPT? Then I will show it in the So what is my first step? Always arrange the data in sorting, I said. So sorting means it could be reverse order. Generally, sorting indicates ascending order. If we want reverse sort, we will use the reverse sort order. So sorting in a right word. So now ascending order you have to put. Example you see here odd. So already this is in sorting order only 3, 7, 9, 12, 15 already sorted. So what is the middle value? N is 5. Middle value is 9. Why he has to calculate? Median is equal to third value. So remove that side, this side you removed, and middle value is 9. 9. For an odd number, easy to find out. Now, even number of elements. Here comes the difficulty. So what we are having already in sorting order, so no need to sort it. Now, how many numbers are there? 6 numbers are there. So what is our two numbers in middle? 10 plus 2. So 10 plus 12 divided by 2. That becomes 11. Now, don't search 11 here. Please don't search like that. Okay, 11 is your middle value. But 11 is not there. How did you find means? That's all. That's a value. Middle value is 11. That's all. Okay. So odd number n plus 1. And even means you are finding the average. That's all. Mean of two middle values you are finding. That exact number will not be there in your elements. Median is not affected by extreme values. Outliners. Very useful in income, salary, skewed data. We didn't reach to skewed data, everything. I will leave here. Okay. Median is done. Now, median for grouped data, I am explaining. What is our formula? N plus N by 2 minus CF by F into H. CF is cumulative frequency. Do you guys need break, or after mode shall I give a break? Okay. Median means L plus. So now, what is that? I saw a lot of messages. After mode, yes, I also want, because that's a proper completion of thing. Okay, 0 to 10. What did I say? Frequency will be there, class interval will be there. What is cumulative frequency now? Cumulative frequency means 5 as it is. 5 plus 8, 13. 13 plus 12, 25. 25 plus 10, 35. 35 plus 5, 40. Did you understand cumulative frequency means? First number, keep it as it is. Second number, add this with the second frequency. Second frequency summation with the third frequency. Then like this, you keep adding, you get the value. This is a trick for median value. Mean means class interval you are adding, in mean you are finding midpoints. In median, you are finding the cumulative frequency. I'm surprised how come in MCA statistics is not there, yeah? During our studies, I also studied statistics only. And full subject is there. Operation research also not there, huh? OR. I don't know what curriculum you guys are reading, studying. Okay, now cumulative frequency is done, no? Now, calculate n by 2. Why n by 2? Our formula says L plus n by 2. What is n by 2 is 40 by 2. That means summation of cumulative frequency by 2 is 20. So our formula is n by 2. That's the reason n by 2 we calculated. Then this 20, the class, now important step. The class where cumulative frequency just exceeds 20, meaning in your class interval, where is 20? Here it is 20. So it will not come under here. It will come under this 20-30 interval. It is not inclusive of 20. From here it is inclusive of 20. So 20 value where it is coming in your class interval 20, 30. That line you have to mark. This line you need to mark. Why to mark? Because you have your formula have that. So median class is 20, 30. Now what is your lower mid for your table? The lower limit value is 20. Now CF is cumulative frequency is 13. Where from 13 came? Whatever that value is there, 20, 30, above line is called CF. First, what you are doing? N by 2 you are doing. From where n by 2 came? You are doing cumulative frequency. Then 40 by 2. Whatever the sum by 2 you are doing, 20. Then next step, what you are doing? You are identifying from which class it is there. Then L becomes your lower limit. Then that above line, cumulative line will become CF. Okay? Then F. F is nothing but frequency. The same line, what is the frequency? Wherever we say 20, n by 2 value for this is F, this is CF, this is L. And where is H? Difference of this is H. H is there in this formula. It is there. So, n 20 is n by 2 plus, what is the formula? Let me explain. With the formula, I'll explain. L is lower bound. What is that? 20. N by 2 is 20. Minus CF. CF is 13. 13 only, I think. By F. F is frequency. What is frequency? 12, I think. Into H. You substitute the values. 12. Yeah. 12, 13, 10. All values I said. Substitute the values and you get the answer. Are we clear? Median? Lot of things I told you in between. After N by 2. No, ma'am. Varshita, what happened? You didn't understand. Varshita? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now let's go back to the simple way of doing median. I did not explain vectors also. I don't think so. We can complain today. Now, simple line. No n by 2, no n plus 1 by 2, nothing. Just import statistics. Earlier, we imported numpy. Before that, after that, we imported stats. Then we are saying statistics this time. For median, you should know which library I'm using for what. Okay. Now, data is given. Single vector, directly a keyword. Statistics.median and that data. I am getting a median value. Okay. Should I move on to the grouped data? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How far you are you feeling? Is it tough or you are feeling quite understanding and you can run through it? How so far how you are feeling? Of course you are understanding, but can you reproduce without seeing this? You need to practice according to me. Okay. Now, median for grouped data. Let's move on. Grouped data means class interval and frequency are given. See earlier, now if you observe for median, I started using pandas. For mean, I used numpy because it is an array. Why I am using pandas is it is easy to calculate the frequency, cumulative frequency. That's why pandas, if you have observed this, that's a right catch. I told pandas yesterday, right? Numpy also I said. I told statistical values we use and numerical values we use to get from numpy. That is very generic. When you are entering into statistics with the combination, you are finding which one to use, which library to use where. Statistics you are using to calculate the median for an ungrouped data. And for pandas, you are using for a grouped data. Okay. And like that, for mean, you are using numpy. And directly dot mean you are using for ungrouped data. For grouped data, you are using numpy in that and arrays. Okay, for a grouped data. So these you need to catch and keep it in your head during interviews. If someone asks for a grouped data or ungrouped, they might not use grouped ungrouped. If a class interval and a frequency is given, how do you calculate a mode or a mean or a median? That time I use pandas. I use like this and a midpoint. I'll find out. Then this how you explain. Okay, now. Import pandas as PD. Data frame we will use. Now what I'm doing, lower bound and upper bound I am giving with comma and dividing that lower bound like this and upper bound like this and frequency like this, which is of something similar to your dictionary you are doing. Now for median for a grouped data, what we are doing, we are calculating the cumulative frequency. So define cumulative. I am saying data frame for cumulative is equal to df frequency dot come sum, meaning the same value you put. That's the meaning of that, meaning the same value for the first line. Then df frequency dot sum, meaning entire sum you are doing. Then n by 2, meaning after the frequency, come sum will do for the entire list. Not only first line, sorry, for the rest of the lines because you defined in a data frame. Come sum will give you the cumulative sum. Okay, then what you are doing, n by 2 you are doing. That means whatever value you are getting here by 2 you are doing. Okay, first you are doing summation, then you are doing num. Here come sum is nothing but cumulative frequency you are adding line by line. These are the methods need to be remembered. Then how to find, this is interesting. How to find each line? A computer should understand each line. No. So what I am doing is using the matrices location formula, I location. So now median row, I said, what I said, 20 value. Once you identify which class interval it will fall, I said, no, that value, how do you are saying is df of, meaning data frame of cumulative. What is data frame of cumulative? Data frame of cumulative is nothing but this values. Okay. greater than or equal to n by 2. N by 2 is what? Your 20 value. That dot I location 0. That means what is the location of this? That is nothing but if it is falling in whichever category 0, 10 or 10, 20 you are finding. So 0 is something like that first item. Okay. So now let's go. If it is greater than that, what is our formula? What we did? If it is greater than, then I am saying index of cumulative, whatever I am using this, greater than or equal to n by 2 dot index 0. Is this greater than or not? I am checking. Then I am saying if it is greater than, then I am saying L is equal to middle row, meaning whatever I defined here, middle row, I am making it as an L. If the condition is satisfied, I am making that as an L. Then, if it is not satisfied, put the values and send. Then F is equal to median. That particular, now I changed from lower to frequency here. That same row, what is the frequency? I am making it as L. Okay, next, F is equal to, now, above line I said. Above line is your, now what is that? F I said. What is not F? What is the formula? N by 2 minus CF. Cumulative frequency. Here F I used, actually I should use cumulative. So what I'm saying, to go to above line in programming language is what? -1. So index -1, meaning whatever the index of that, whatever you said this here greater than, no, index of that, you are saying minus in cumulative line. Cumulative line. If index is greater than 0, L0, meaning you do this, meaning up to here. Greater than 0 means you calculate, you pick that line. Otherwise, pick 0. Now, median row is upper and median row lower. That means this is a height. What is median row? Whichever you got it here from this condition. Okay. So now you are getting, these are tricky but easy. If you understand logic, easy but tricky. You need to be clear about the methods, functions, arrays, everything. Okay, then substitute the values. That's it. Did we understand or feeling difficult? Arrays, if you understand. And logic is what? Above row, -1, I'm saying. How do you find out the interval? By understanding n by 2. That's why I did n by 2 here. Okay? Come sum is what? Cumulative frequency. If you do second time, you will understand. I'll do one thing for you. Yo, Ram. Whatever I told, this also will tell the same. I will see whether it is saying the same. Import pandas for just like for Excel table, meaning rows and columns to have that we are using pandas. And data frame, you are saying dividing into lower upper frequency in a frame. Okay, so that output looks like this. Okay, you are dividing into table. That table is defined in the language is like this. In your language, Python language, you define. But in your picture, meaning in your mind mapping, it should be like this. Earlier, what we did, here only we put class interval and said 0 to 10 in manual way. Okay, in programming way, we are dividing like this. Then cumulative frequency, come sum, adds frequency step by step. That is a method you have to remember. Okay, creates a new column and come sum will give you the cumulative frequency. Then find the total. So you are doing the dot sum is nothing but you are doing this. And n by 2 half, you are doing this. Now, this is important. You might have not understood this. Select rows where cumulative greater than or equal to 25 because your value is 25. You understand this from your English. And you are finding that. Then simple assigning. You are changing the column names here. That's all. And assigning that value to that variables. Then substituting the values. Did everyone understood? I showed my explanation. Now I am showing you what ChatGPT is showing for differing in your understanding. Few people will understand if they read it. Few people will understand if I tell it. So 2 ways I tried. So if you remember this logic, it's enough. For median, lot of next version, variance, all those will come, no? That time this, for you need to remember earlier program for mean, we remembered that logic, no? For mean xi, like that, median also you should remember this logic. So these will be used in future. I will tell when. Okay, one program for per program you have to close your eyes and write. If you ask me, I will close the eyes and write this program. Like that you should do. You should become. Next, done. I'm done with grouped data and ungrouped. What's the time? 1:45 will take break now. Last, this is simple. No need to worry too much about it. Mode. Mode formula is L plus F1 minus F0 by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. L, you know, lower bound. F1 is frequency of the model class. First of all, I'm directly going with a grouped data because ungrouped data is easy. What is easy? Which is the most repeated value is mode. So it is easy to know it. Okay, just you apply mode, automatically it comes. Now, for grouped data, this is a formula. L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. L is lower bound, F1 is frequency model, and F0 is frequency of them. Now, what is this F1, F0, F2 means? First in your frequency, you need to find the highest frequency interval. That's all. Mode logic is highest frequency. Then automatically F1, F0, F2, all known. For median, cumulative frequency. For mean, midpoint. For mode, highest frequency, you remember. Frequency column will be there. Highest frequency you have to write. That corresponding lower bound will be there. That is called, that F1 is frequency of the model. Above line, below line, F0 and F2. That's all. There ends the value. Most repeated value becomes the mode value. So 4 is most repeated. So mode value is that. Multiple modes means more than, meaning you bucket it on repeated value and give the mode values. Two values repeated equally, it is called bimodal. More than two is multimodal. No repetition means no mode is there. One value repeated most is single mode. These are the clear words when you are doing research. So, for example, if you are researching in a stock data or what is that, retail data, sales data, or anything, you will use these keywords. Bimodal, meaning two models are there with the same value. People buying the product is more. These two products are repeatedly with the same frequency they bought. Samsung and Apple example. More than two, meaning multimodal. Two values are differing. Both are competing. That means two products entirely different, but they are competing. One is 5, one is 6. That means only one value is difference. No mode means your store is running very uniquely. Nobody is buying the repeated item. That is the no mode. Single mode means only one product is highlighted. 100 items they bought. That is called single mode. These we will come into statistical analysis time. These keywords we will use. Okay. Now, listen carefully. I'll explain. With this, we'll take a break. 20 minutes break we will take. So long we sat. Huh? What is this? Now correct. Very simple example he took, but your realistic data will not be that simple. We got data 10, 20. It can be interval, class interval, it could be like this only count frequency also will be there. So frequency 3. What I said first step, highest frequency one we should take. That value, that corresponding value becomes highest frequency, the corresponding value lower bound becomes L, it becomes, and which is 20. And oh yeah, what is this? This is wrong. What I told this. So highest frequency is 15. The corresponding lower interval become 20. Okay, model class is 20, 30. That is the highest frequency found out, and 20, 30 we found. Now L is lower bound is 20. H, F1. This becomes the F1. This becomes the F2. This becomes the difference is height. Then F1 is this, F2 is this, F0 also we should find out. Where is F0? F0 is top one. So this is called F1, F0, F2. That's all. Highest frequency, the above line is called F0. This is called F1. The below line is called F2. And H is nothing but difference between the class interval. And L is nothing but the corresponding lower limit value. Now we apply the formula. That's it. Are we clear? I will go to programming. So many messages are there. Good. Okay, thanks. Let's go to the programming. My phone is ringing so many times. I don't know why. Bloody hell. Did I do mode? Mhm. This is the one. I'm finding it.
Ma'am,
Find the
ma'am,
search. I'm weak at searching, yeah. So earlier, so far, how many used? Statistics, stats, pandas, numpy we used. So for ungrouped data, just mode means dot mode if you use the repeated, most repeated value. Multi-mode means it will give you the multi-mode values, meaning how many are repeated. Very easy. Whatever I explained that you got it in. Are you able to see the result? I am not able to see the result. Your window is coming for me. So 15 is most repeated. The next repeated one is 30. Right? So easy. What is it? Statistics I imported. Gave the value in an array. And dot mode I said. And multi-mode. Just methods. These are the methods. Now difficult part is again one more program like before we have to do for grouped data mode. The same logic which we used earlier, the same logic we are using here. Pandas, repeated for how we repeated for median, pandas. Highest frequency के लिए what we are using ID max, meaning maximum value in a frequency that you put it as model index. And that model index for the lower, you assign that to L. And that frequency line you assign to F1. -1 if you do, it will become a F0, meaning above line. Below line if you do a +1, that's all. Why these conditions means? In case if you are greater than 0 or else the 0 is conditions. And finally, H is difference and substitute these values. This program also you should learn perfectly because this will be also repeated when you are doing. When while wrapping, I'll say where all it will use. Understand now. ID max is used to find the highest frequency. So 16 is the highest frequency you got. Okay, and model class will be, model index will be the 3. Thirty, 16, 30, 40 is your class. Model index. What is model index? Let me explain here. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's why it is called model index 3, meaning this is 0th value, this is first value, this is second value, and third value. So model index meaning this row is called model index. Always it starts with 0. That's why you are saying model index comma lower. Model index comma frequency. For what model index? Because you said here I max. So you are capturing that row index in your SQL. You do indexing, right? Create index. Do you know SQL, you guys? Chat box is gone. Oh no, looks like I think. So why do you do indexing? To retrieve the data fast. Why retrieving fast? Because it has names. If I call Sridevi Tuck, like this you will get up now and see. So like that indexing also. For every row, I have a name. When I call with your name, some alert will come to your brain, no? Like that. So when I'm retrieving, if I do indexing, fast retrieval, because it has a name. It has a place to stand. That's why. So now model index will give you the row number. So that row number, lower bound, you are saying L, and that lower bound in frequency column, you are saying F1, -1 means above line, and +1 means below line, and lower bound minus higher bound, you are telling as H. Then applying. That's all. Did you guys understand? I did not run this. Good. Okay. This is model class. So, last and final one to wrap this. Relationship between these three. Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Relationship between three variables, whichever we are talking, mode, median, mode, mean, is mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. That's a formula. Okay. That also I will show. Mean I calculated, statistics. This is a example. Mean I got it, median I got it. Then I'm putting mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. That's it. So what you guys are doing is understanding maths, understanding statistics, understanding Python. Then you are converting into program. I know it is difficult for you, but you practice. You are stars. Today's world is everything you know. Just not only focus is not there. That's all. When I can do, why you can't do it? So think like that. Done? What is the time? I'm hungry also. 11:52. Should we wrap it? Wrap it can't happen. So much topics are there. See how much I opened for you guys to explain these many. Oh, I stopped sharing. No? Let's share. Nandita or Shifa, are you guys there? So these are the fundamentals. That's why it took time. Next class onwards, pat, I'll finish off. Where is that? I'm not able to show you now. So these many PPTs, not this one, at least not this sample. Linear algebra, these all you I have to teach today according to your curriculum. Not this. Not this. Okay. These many. This is also not required. Data science library is also not required. Okay, these many I have to show. Only one we completed so far. In one also 50% only we completed. If I go on, how many slides are there? 29 slides. We are in 16th slide only. Okay. You need to support me. I need to support you. No choice we have. We cannot crush the course like this. I cannot do it. I'm already tired. Okay, let me grab food and we will meet at till 2:45. No, the classes. Okay, till 2:15 we'll take the break. I need to feed my son also. That's a reason. Meaning not literally feed. I need to give him the food. He'll
Okay,
be
ma'am.
okay. Chalo. See you guys. Bye. Okay, 2:15 I will log in with the same code. I'll keep it mute and go run off from this room. Okay. Bye. Everyone there, Ansila? Yeah, they're joining. Did you eat? Are we ready? Twenty-two people are there. Too hot, yeah, in Hyderabad. I don't know how, but you guys. Is it hot in Mysore also?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything if I don't wear specs. It's hotter. Radhika is not able to join, I don't know. Quickly had lunch, everyone. Hopefully, good. Are you guys, did I unmute by mistake? No, na? You can unmute and talk, right? Just see. Okay.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
fine. Yes, sir. Yes, in the sense you can unmute and talk, right? Pooja, Bhavani. Okay. I see 23 people, mostly everyone are there. Now let me share the screen. So before sharing the screen, whatever we learned is statistics means for analytics and understanding a mean value, average value, a median, it's a middle value, and a mode, a repeated value. So mean, median, mode can be calculated for a group data and ungrouped data. For grouped data means you have a class interval and frequency. For mean, you will go for an xi, which is called midpoints, where lower bound and upper bound class intervals you will add and do the xi. Then you will multiply, that becomes the your summation of fi xi by summation of fi. That is a mean for group data. For if it is in a vector data, meaning single vector, single matrix data, means you will just divide it by summation of the numbers divided by n, you will do. That is mean. Then you went to harmonic mean, geometric mean. You have to remember the formulas. Even my mind doesn't capture those. suppose log x, so expo something values are there. Then median is L plus n by 2 n by 2 minus CF by summation of F, you will get into H. So that is a median value for a grouped data, and ungrouped you will do for an even numbers, the middle value comes after sorting. If it is an odd number of elements, you will do the sum of the two middle numbers, then divided by 2, and you will get it for an ungrouped data. For a grouped data, you will follow the n by 2, L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H is a formula for median. And mode is that most repeated value. You can use the statistics, numpy, pandas, everything you will import into your program and use the formulas mean, median, mode directly and use the programming. Then mode comes L plus some F1, F0, 2, F0 minus some formula into H. Okay, F0, F1 means the highest frequency, above line is called F0, below line is called F2. And to find the value of the middle value, you will understand model class. You will understand model class is from 0 to 0th row. First 0th row is called first row. Then that, depending on that, -1, +1 you will use and use the coding. Okay, whatever I taught in 5 minutes, I repeated. Okay, now lastly and finally, what is our the relationship between the three mean, median, mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Mean and median you will find out from the directly from the numpy functions, and use that, substitute that values. That's all about it. And let's move on now. I'll share the screen. I'm sharing the entire screen. So 2:26 we started. I will try to finish another chapter. Rush, I don't want to do it. So we'll go slowly. These are fundamentals. And I will give the assignments which covers everything. Whatever you can do it, you do it. But whichever is not covered, keep it on hold. After tomorrow you can do, meaning Monday is the next class, I believe. Sunday is a holiday, I believe. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's about it. Now let's move to the, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now these next items, I will run through it. You have to go and do the formulas and do that. Okay, because otherwise we cannot finish. We need to finish next popular item, which is dispersions. After dispersions, kurtosis, a lot of things are there. I'll rush through, but I will rush in 40 minutes. These are fundamentals. That's why I took time. Where I am here. So up to here, relationship you understood. Okay, next is quartiles. Quartiles are nothing but, you see pizza, no? Half cut, round. Pizza you saw, no? Pizza you might have ate many times, no? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Or in 4 years, in a year. How many quarters are there? 4 quarters, like that. Quartiles are the values that divide the data into 4 equal parts, which is 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. So this again to help to deeper understanding of distribution of data, meaning which quarter is more. The sales, generally the sales will be in the third quarter, I think, because October, November, December festival season are there. No, that's why people buy lot of groceries, lot of clothing, lot of electrical items, because sales also will be there, all those. So when you compare the quarters, so third quarter is always benefit quarter. So the quartiles are something: first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. You will say this quartile range, IQR. You will say this you will do to find the range between the first and third quartile. Meaning it is a measure spread of the middle 50% of the data. Meaning class interval from where, ante, if you are buying 10 products to 100 products bought in that between IQR method. Basically, you're identifying the class intervals from the start point to the end point. That is IQR method. So the range between first and third, you will identify. It is measured in Q3 minus Q1. What is Q3? What is Q1? What is Q2? I will give the formulas. So first quartile formula is 1 by 4 n plus 1. Please note down this. Second quartile is n plus 1 by 2. Third quartile is 3 by 4 n plus 1 by 2. These are the important formulas to understand Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. Now, so to calculate the quartile for ungrouped data, same. Always I talk ungrouped, grouped. Okay. Same I will talk. So first you need to ascend data need to be ascending order, then median, then data of two halves, first quartile formula, third quartile formula. So quartile for grouped data. This is the formula for grouped data. L plus n into k by 100 minus CF by F into H. Now, quartiles, medians, you have to group. CF word means cumulative frequency. Where you do, in median you do. You need to remember your median logic directly. Okay, this is for a grouped data. QK is equal to L plus N into K by 100 minus CF by E into H. What is K? K is nothing but you will give Q1, Q2, Q3 values. We are talking about quartile. That's why we will call it as Q1, Q2. What is Q1, Q2, Q3? The formulas earlier, whichever I told. Q1 is 1 by 4 n plus 1 by 2. Q2 is n plus 1 by 2. Q3 is n 3 by 4 n plus 1. Okay. So this is how the formulas are done. And when you are doing for an A grouped data, instead of K, you will apply Q1 value, Q2 value, Q3 value by finding Q1, Q2, Q3. How do you find out Q1, Q2, 3 also? I'll explain. So same thing, prepare frequency table, find the cumulative frequency of boundaries, identify quartile class, apply quartile formula. It's the same. Now let's go to, this is the second thing. I will quickly show, then I will give you the other self-reading things. Just to check for quartiles here. So now, important formula for quartile deviation is percentile method. No need of n plus 1 by 2, 3 by 4, n plus 1 by 2, nothing. Whatever we learnt manually are not required. When you are converting into Python program, those formulas are not required. Just numpy you use and the single vector if it is given for ungrouped data, what you will use is np dot percentile of 25%, 50%, 75%. That's it. Your Q1, Q2, Q3 is calculated. If you are doing manually, you will apply 1 by 4 n plus 1 by 2. n plus 1 by 2, Q3 के लिए 3 by 4 n plus 1 by 2. If you are doing calculating manually, you do that. But when you are doing in the programming, you will give quartile is 28. Automatically, you are saying 25% of percentile you are saying. That means you are Q1, 50% of Q2, 75% of Q3. That's it. Done. Very easy. This program is. Okay. Now, next goes to, now when the class interval is come, that's where the trouble comes. Frequencies, class interval. We know these two steps. Cumulative frequency, this I did in a different mode. Earlier, what I used, come sum I used. I can do that way also. Okay. Cumulative frequency, come sum I used, no, in the median. If you remember, come sum formula I used. I can do that way also. But this is a different way. No restriction that you should do like this only, you should do. No. I used for loop and did that. So I will ask the same thing to do it here also. 1 minute. Instead of me writing the program, let me explain this. So I am saying CF is equal to empty array I am displaying. I am assigning total is equal to 0 for F in frequency is meaning one variable in frequencies. What are these frequencies? This is the frequencies. What I am saying, total plus equal to F. Instead of using directly come sum formula, I am saying first I am assigning to 0. 0 plus F. What is that? 5. So I am putting 5. Then I am saying CF dot append total, meaning keep on doing for frequencies up to this, up to how many arrays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times you do, I'm telling. This can be replaced with the median value. What is that median? Median, grouped median. This line. Okay. This entire logic can be replaced with the simple line using pandas. Here I did not even put the pandas. Without library, this is actually. That's why without library. With the library, I will search 1 minute. Quartiles ungrouped with. This is the right program. No, this is for ungrouped data. Grouped data without library. Grouped data percentile. Grouped data with the library quartiles. Without library, I picked. I think there's a problem. I do mode median, group median, harmonic, geometric, descriptive. This is all rest. Okay. So anyway, I'll explain without library. You can use the same logic. I'm anyway explaining, no, I'm comparing, no, that. Then finding the quartiles. What I'm doing, I'm applying 3 by 4, 1 by 4, where k is equal to q1, q2, q3. All formulas I'm finding with this. Then I'm applying cumulative, if it is there, quartile index, then if statements, then same logic how I have put for median. I'm using -1, +1, all those. How I used here, same thing I'm using for quartiles also. Then I'm substituting the values of quartile, which is quartile formula is k. For k value, it is a formula, quartile formula. And in place of k, q1 value will come, q2 will come, q3 will come. So while you're calculating q1, q2, q3, you will substitute and give that. This is one way. And let me ready-made pick the from ChatGPT, the program. See, same thing. Comes some. Okay, same formula. Now, again, row index lower. Whatever we did for median, the same thing is there. This much code will take time to know. So that's the reason we have put, I have used the ChatGPT. Look at, to explain the concept, I have used the same thing, median wherever it is there. The same median I have used here. Okay. You should not use this ChatGPT and copy the things for your quick thing, because 5 more chapters I have to revise. That's the reason whatever I told in the median, same logic you have to use. Only thing is you will replace Q1, Q2, Q3 values with 25, whatever the formulas are there, no 1 by that need to be replaced. Okay. So this is not in your curriculum. Actually, this is extra. Okay. Next, let's go to the our quartiles. We are done with the quartiles. Then we are going to the percentiles. Percentiles also similar. Quartiles is 4. Percentiles is, what is your percentage means? You will say 54%, 57%, 67%, 80%, 90%, 95%, like that, 100%. So every percent is percent. So 1 to 100 percentiles will be there. So any data 100 equal parts is divided. That is called percentiles. Okay, now your formula is this simple. For ungrouped data, LP is equal to P by 100 into N plus 1. Next, how to find out that? This you take as a self-reading. Okay, n into k in the place 100 values will be there. K 57, if you want to find 57 should be the value. Like that, here also cumulative frequency only. Same method you have to do for median, whatever you took for the median, all these you will do. Okay, so when during in your data science, what is a percentage of the sales? If they say that time you will have to use percentiles. Okay, how much percentage are we running now? Then we have to use the percentiles. Depends upon the question, you have to frame the answer. Okay, now grouped value is same again. Deciles. Next topic is deciles. Percentiles I'm giving as self-reading. You go and do the self-reading. Okay, because the logics are same from going further up to dispersions. Next comes the deciles. Deciles are nothing but 10 equal parts. Decile is 10 equal parts. Earlier is 100 equal parts. Before is 4 equal parts. So the data is 4 equal parts is quartiles. 10 parts if it is equal, then it is deciles. When it is 100 percentage, 100 parts it is equal to percentile. Mean, median, mode, different. Okay. So now the same formulas, please write down k into n plus 1. So k10, k20, k30, k40, k50, k60, k70, k80, like that you can divide, or k value you can give. Define. How you define your k value? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also you can put. Okay. This is a formula. For example, fifth quartile means 5 value will become, and this is your formula for decile. dk is equal to, for ungrouped data is this. Self-reading, you take this as a homework. Because these are not very, very important to know in data science. But if you are doing in a senior data scientist role, these you need to know. But you are all entry level, no, not required. Just if you know the definition, then if you are doing that, these concepts are important. Okay. Next, for group data, this is a formula. pk is equal to, Gracie is always late. Done? Now, that's all. With this, we finished our topic of central tendencies. In 10 minutes, I finished percentiles, deciles, quartiles, and quartiles we started. No, that's all. These 4 topics. But self-reading is for you, it is more, and try to recreate the programs for them. Okay? Take help and recreate the programs because the repetition of mean mode logic only will cover it up. That's why I spent more time on mean median mode. Okay, the same repetition, half code, more than 80% of the code is same. Okay, clear? Now I'm closing this. Are you girls happy? Girls and boys happy with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more? Should I spend more here? We'll go to the new topic. In one day, so many topics are there. That's a reason. Okay, I saw Raghavan and few people responding, but but few people not responding. It's self-reading time. Read it. Okay, done. Now I'm closing this. Don't save. What did I do? I didn't do anything. Don't save. Next topic. I explained what I explained earlier. I explained mean median mode with respect to the why do we do means what did I say? I said most repeated, middle value, average value, and what did I say again in that? I can do 10th percent, 15th percent, like that percentile I did. And if you are doing the data in the 4 divisions, I said category 4, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, I said, and percentages, I said deciles, meaning D1, D2, D3 also I can do it, I said. So we are talking about the data and their distribution. What is that? Middle value, upper value, lower value, 10th value, 15th value, or first value, or second value. We are always talking to a limited thing so far. Those are called central tendencies. Basically, where is your tendency you are trying to find out. Okay, now when you come to the world of dispersions, dispersions means these measures of dispersions are these: range, variance, quartile deviation, and standard deviation. These are called your measure of dispersions. Okay, these are called your measure of dispersions. Now, range itself, it is very easy. Variance is root of that. And quartile deviation is without root. Standard deviation, why do you use? I will tell you in data science. Measures of dispersions quantify the spread or variability of data in the data set. They provide insights into how much the values deviate from the central tendencies like mean, median, mode. Some joke is happening. Everyone are smiling. Varshita is smiling, keeping the hand, and somebody is commenting. Or what happened, Varshita? You're typing. Who is teasing you? No one is teasing. You have a separate group. Some jokes are happening. Okay. Hold your jokes and focus on here for another 20 minutes. That's all. After you finish, you can become serious, please, because these are little important. Measures of dispersions. So what you are doing here, earlier we are talking about mean, median, mode. Now we are telling my data, for example, my salary is very low or my salary is too high. What I will say, my salary is higher than the median value, higher than the mean value. If my salary is lower, I will say they are not paying the average, yeah. When you start earning, no, this is what you talk every day. What you talk? They are not even paying the average salary, man. I am paid so less, damn. I need to search the job. That is how you talk. So, because you will understand the average salary in the company, in an organization, and you talk, right? Offline, you guys, girls and boys talk, right? So, no, I am not even average. For that is one purpose. And second is what? My data, meaning my sale data, is from 0 to 200. Very big range, meaning 0 to 200 in a week I'm selling. Meaning one day I won't sell anything, that product. But one day I will go 200. That means you are finding the interval. So, interval and also how far the mean is, meaning when you average it, people say, no, if you go for a test like a BP, not BP, sugar test, what they do, 3 months average they take. Actually, you might have eaten sweets lot one day. That day, sugar was very high. But when you take average, what happens? It suppresses that single day. So, like that, average is always difficult to believe it. That's why these discussions came into picture. If you are going into deeper perspective of an data, then each day sugar is how it is calculated. Okay, that way is also calculated. So I'm not able to relate an example with college students. I'm not able to do it. That's the reason I'm struggling. I'm going to sugar, I'm going to products, all those. So that kind of examples. What is the spread of variability of data in a data set from mean median? That is called dispersions. Now, absolute measure dispersion and relative dispersion, meaning that is the measures quantify this data in the units in original data. The actual magnitude of variable spread out without considering the size of this, the size or scale of the data is absolute. Meaning directly without considering the size or scale of the data when you are saying absolute. When you consider the measures with the spread of the central value and allow the comparison, then it is called relative. Okay. Now range. These are the definitions you have to see. Range means standard deviation. This is an important slide which you need to take. So range is maximum value minus minimum value, meaning 200 you sell. And what is your start point? What you will get in a programming language, max value minus mean value. That's all. Your range is done. Then quartile deviation. So quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q2. Quartile deviation we did. Okay, I already covered quartile deviation in Q3. IQR method I covered, if you remember. Okay, Q3 minus Q1 by 2. Mean deviation. What is mean deviation? Mean means x bar. Summation of xi minus a by n. Standard deviation means root of summation of xi minus x bar whole square by n, where x bar is mean. Xi is midpoint, dani whole square, then by divided by the. Variance is SD whole square. That means you're removing the root and putting the whole square. That both are removed basically. Variance. This is the important slide. Formula slide. So basically anything, variance, range, standard deviation, mean deviation, quartile deviation, you are bringing these concepts to understand where the value is, how the value is differing from the mean, median, mode values. For that you will use dispersions. Are we following or sleepy? Okay, ma'am, means the previous question, I think this is okay. Fine. So now let's see something dispersions. examples. Now I'm not going to teach manually how to create. You know how to use manually. What you have to do for a grouped data, how to calculate mean deviation. For a ungrouped data, how to calculate mean deviation. How I searched in ChatGPT, like that. Self-reading you do for everything. Now I'm directly going to the programming. Okay. So first time I explained because to understand the tune. Now, next time I'm not doing it because you have to do self-reading. Did I do dispersions, by the way? If not, whatever I told is waste. Statistics. Yes. Range is simple. What you have to do now? What did I ask you to do? I asked to do the percentiles, quartiles, deciles, manual creation, how you do, and programming also, how do you do. First, don't copy directly. Try yourself because you understood mean, median, mode. Then you try. If you're failing, go to ChatGPT. Otherwise, don't go. Okay, because you noted the formulas, noted everything. Then, after learning, you practice without thing because you will be asked to write the exam. So you need to understand. Don't copy the code from ChatGPT. Okay. Now, variance and everything. What did I say? Important dispersions means the values whichever you are getting for variance to identify the range. Meaning, what is the range of your product sale value? What is the range of your sales? In a week, what is the range means 0 to 0 to 1 lakh, I will say. So that is the range. One day 0 is there. One day 1 lakh will happen. One day it will be like become. So when you are doing deeper into the data, then you will use this variance, range, the standard deviation, quartile deviation, and all this. Again, for everything, grouped data is there, ungrouped data is there. So you need to sort all these for grouped data and ungrouped data. In most of the colleges, this subject is taught 1 year. You are learning in 4 hours. Okay. Because you guys don't have the knowledge, I gave the initial value in depth. Now let's see. What did I say? Formula for range, max minus min. So classes is a class interval. So 0, 0 is, 1 minute. 0, 0 is lower limit, min value, meaning I said no, 0 indicates first row or column. 0, row and column, 0, 0. That becomes the lower limit, 0, 0. 0th row, 0th column. So if you see 0th row, 0 column. Okay, that is 0. Next, what is the last column in your slicing? Did you remember in slicing of your range, all these, -1 indicates the last row. Generally, max value will be last only, no? So last max limit of the class interval, we will give last. So -1, 1 indicates your last upper limit. -1 means last row. So now simple. After you got the min value and maximum value, you are deducting max value minus min value. Then you are printing the range. Very simple to learn this. So this is a key logic. This is a logic you have to understand. So you might have heard in your data structures how you place that. So 0 to 40. So your lower range is 0 and higher range is 40. By seeing also you can tell. Programmatically you have to do like this. For an ungrouped data, max data minus min data. Grouped means 0, 0, 0, 1 you are doing. For an ungrouped data, you are using max and min formula directly and using this. Last semester, everyone? Okay. I'm surprised how come this much knowledge is now there. So, for an ungrouped data is very easy, max and min. For grouped data, you are using 0, 0 and minus 1, 1. 0, 0 indicates initial value and minus 1 we learnt in data structures. When you give the in slicing, minus 1 means last value, say it will come. For tuples and list, you might have understood that if in slicing, colon minus 1 means reverse order of the data. It will come if you remember. If the sir taught you, sir or ma'am, I don't know if those people taught you, that's a way. I am merging here. Okay. Quartile deviation. This is without a library. With library, you have to use. This is without library, ignore. This is also without library one. This is also without library. Well, this is with library. For mean standard deviation, simple key is STD, standard deviation. Dot variance also you can put in the similar way. See, STD, standard deviation, and variance is this, statistics dot variance. This is ungrouped data for SD with library. With library you are using. So all for an ungrouped data, you are using var. Var means variance. Then statistics dot variance you are doing. This is var means population variance. This is for a sample data. Basically, sampling you should understand. That time I'll repeat this. Why did I do for population and sampling? Then I'm printing standard deviation for population is nothing but STD, standard population. For full population, if you do, that is standard deviation. For sample, if you are doing standard deviation, sample you will call. What is sample? Everything I'll tell in few words. Okay. So basically range and variance are important for this and this are done. For grouped data without library, I have grouped. Without library only, I did a lot of programs. Without library for you, it is not required. Okay, tomorrow I will see if I can write few programs on with the library and see for grouped data. Okay, for ungrouped I showed maximum, but all those I will show. Okay, with this dispersions I'm closing. I'm closing the dispersions. Now let's move to the next one. Another 15 minutes I will take and close because too many topics are there. Okay. Important slide is done. With that, how to calculate is there. So self-learning, you do few things. These are all not mentioned in your curriculum. If I see, let me see your curriculum once. Mean, median, mode, IQR, skew, normalization, biometrical test, t-test, chi-square, pi-value, A/B testing concepts, SPY, stats, and so on. Okay, this is all it is about. We completed up to mean, median, and extra I taught. And let's go to very many randomly given the topics. You cannot connect to the t-test directly without explaining skew all these. Okay. Anyway, I'll try my maximum to put it. Next one. Next topic would be, I will take skews and cortices. This is all done. 10 minutes we can finish. Very heavy it will be there for you. Homework will be there more. Skews and kurtosis, variance and all those we learned from range, from small interval to these, all those we learned. Now, skews and kurtosis are what means peak value, highest value. Is it flat or plot or big, normalized? What it is, that is called skew. Kurtosis means least values. Okay, least values are, well, let me check. Skew is an important statistical technique. Okay, that helps to determine the asymmetrical behavior of a frequency distribution, or more precisely, the lack of symmetry tails both left and right of a frequency curve. A distribution or a data set is symmetric if it looks the same on the left and right of the center point. So, mean is there, median is there, mode is there. If you have a normalization curve, meaning like this, can every student get 99%? No. Can every student get 50%? No. Can every student like that? So there will be multiple. But in the business, what happens is everyone wants to peak. Here it should be, meaning everyone should by mean, median, mode should be equal. That's a business target. But we will not able to get that. So that is the technique we are trying to understand. So the following describes types of skews. Symmetrical skew, asymmetrical skew. Symmetrical means any graph from 0 to like this, it will be, meaning it will be like this. This is called normalization. When heights are given during after the appraisal, what happens? Few will get 20% hike. Few will get 5%. Average will be 3%. Like that, it will be. But can everybody can get 20% hike after you get the job? No. These are hike or nothing but in an organization. It will be depending on your performance in the organization. That's why they will divide into multiple parts like exceeds expectation, met expectation, below expectation, not met anything. They will categorize that into heights to give. Exceeds expectation means the normalization curve will be on top. Not met will be on bottom. Medium will be like this. That's why this is normalized curve. So when you hear your seniors, people will say, I didn't get hike only 0, 4%, 3% they gave. Your seniors might be talking, or your sisters, elder brothers, etc. might be talking. My organization did not give me anything only. So some organizations will not give and they will be flat in the middle. Okay, depending on the company performance they will give. So that symmetrical means everything is considered bottoms. So if you hear Accenture, what they do is Accenture company every year they will send people who are low performing. Low performing means they are not able to meet the expectation of their manager. So every year you keep seeing them layoffs happening. Layoffs is nothing but company is asking them to go out. Okay, so that is called symmetrical. That means every year they are filtering the people. Okay. Asymmetrical means positive skews, negative skews, meaning if you see the right hand side, it is positive. That means you launched a product, always sales are there. Positive. Negative indicates their sales are not happening. Mostly you will compare this positive or negative according to your advertising. What is your sale rate? Yesterday I was telling you in graphs, sale rate versus advertising. And similarly, negative sales are more. खर्चा बहुत हो रहे लेकिन कोई भी register नहीं कर रहे और sale they are not buying. So that becomes a negative skew. So types of skews are symmetrical and asymmetrical, positive and negative. So this is what I mean. A perfect symmetric distribution is one which mean equal to median equal to mode. Every company want to achieve this, but it won't happen. In reality, it won't happen. Every company, if I put a startup also, I'm running the startup. I also want that. Okay, but it won't happen like that. Okay, so every symmetric they wanted to do. Asymmetric is this way: positive, positive and negative skew. Meaning, if you are saying, if you're generally here, numbers are not there. So this is called positive, meaning day one only you are keep on increasing. But here negative. When you are increasing your negative skew, that means your business is running. These are not the perfect figures because we don't have the only left skew, right skew I have put, not the perfect pictures. These are when you have data, I'll give the data and give you the homework. No, that time it will be there. So when you have like this, you won't get. Okay. Next, these are the formulas, important ones. Please note down. So for skews, you will use Pearson first quotient of skewness, Pearson second quotient of skewness. So again, you are using mean, mode, standard deviation. That means mean, mode. Earlier, whatever I taught are repeating here for class intervals, for ungrouped data, everything is repeating. That's why I spent 2 hours in the first half. The second half I will not do. Mean mode, I did morning session, copy that and substitute the value in skew. That's all. Okay. Now skewness is equal to mean minus mode by standard deviation. Pearson's second question is 3 into mean minus median by standard deviation. Now you know standard deviation. You know how to calculate standard deviation is nothing but root and whole square. First you need to find the variance. From variance you will find the standard deviation. Mean and median you know. Median के लिए n by 2 you will do. I mean cumulative frequency. Mean के लिए xi you will do. So lot of homework, lot of work is there. So then you will substitute the values. Then you will identify whether it is left skew or right skew from the data. Okay, clear? Concept wise, are you clear? I will show the programs then. So now, for ungrouped data, meaning single vector value you will find the mean, you will find the median from importing the related libraries, then compute standard deviation and calculate the skewness by using the formula Pearson first skewness, meaning mean minus median by standard deviation you will apply. That means you are repeating whatever you are learned. This is for ungrouped and grouped also same. Find the mean, calculate the mean, standard deviation, compute standard deviation, calculate skew, and interpret. Interpret means whether by putting a graph. How do you put a graph? Yesterday we didn't meta plot we used, no, but we didn't continue, I think, no, that day. So that meta plot you put and divide it. After completing this entire second week class, you will be able to deliver the project. In today's class, if you want homework, it will not happen. I'll give some homework, but you cannot, with using the above previous 1 week class and this 1 week class together, you can do a project. Okay. Next comes the kurtosis. We spoke about skews. We told skews means left side or right side. How is your skew, whether it is positive or negative or symmetric. Symmetric means everyone, mean is equal to median is equal to mode, I said. Now, kurtosis will talk about a shape of your curve. Left side, right side. Other than left and right also, there are many curves, no? Like this, the curve will be there, or like this, it will be there, or like this, it will be there, or like this, it will be small, different shapes you will have. That is nothing but it gives an idea about the shape of the frequency distribution. Basically, the measure of kurtosis is the extent out to which frequency distribution is peaked in comparison with normal curve. Normalization curve is this, but you have different distribution curves. Those are called kurtosis. Okay. So types of kurtosis: leptokurtic, mesokurtic, and platykurtic. Why this is theory? Because you calculated mean, median, mode, everything, standard deviation, variance. From there, you are calculating the graph and you are interpreting something. You are saying your sales are running very low, or you are saying your sales are wonderful, or you are saying little tweaks you need to give here, your sale you need to give here. I didn't reach that topic still you are saying that these are not there, you are saying. So what is that? Leptokurtic, mesokurtic, and platykurtic you are giving. So this becomes the shape of the distribution you are giving. Leptokurtic means high peak, meaning sharp high. IIT people will be very sharp high because only few people will get. You wrote all entrances, BitSat, IIT, what is that? T set, M set. In Karnataka, what we write? We write, what is it? Appa, I forgot. K set and Kammoda, one something M. What is it? Something you will write, no? What is it? Cometa. Something. All those U sets you wrote. Then after that, what we will do? Only peak people, 14 lakhs, 15 lakhs people write IIT, but only 50,000 tickets will be there. I mean, 50,000 admissions will be there. So what happens? They are leptokurtic, meaning only high people who wrote 99.99 percentage scored, they will get leptokurtic. So they will their package will be in 2 crore, 3 crore. Okay, that is called leptokurtic. When you compare the similarly, that is a data. What I'm talking is data, right? So that, and mesokurtic means a normal peak, a slightly peak than normal curve. Normal curve means what I told, everywhere mean, median, mode is equal. Little peak, not this sharp edge. Sharp edge is only 50,000 there. We are people around 20 lakhs people wrote it. After intermediate, 20 lakhs people wrote, but sharp edge people only will get. That is called leptocut. If you see BitSat, Triple IT, multiple colleges are there, no? PES Technologies, Amruta, VST, all these deemed colleges. So are called deemed colleges, whatever are there, they become the mesokurtic. That means big range of people will be sitting there. Okay. So big range of people, not very heavy. Average V is platykurtic, meaning everyone got the seat via MSET. or via k set or t set, meaning खुद का state का set में आया or they are doing their engineering, that becomes a flat, meaning opportunities are equal. So the range of their salaries and will be differing. That's why the curve is different. The same example try to give for an products. You can do for any domain, any hospital management, insurance. People take insurance 1 crore, 2 crores. For people lower middle class, upper middle class people will not be effort to take 2 crores, 3 crores insurances. They take minimum 5 to 10 lakhs. So the maximum will be platicattic, our population. Okay. The peak, like our chief ministers, home ministers, they have pocket my money, right? They have health insurances and lot of insurances. They 10 crores for 20 crores they pay. Okay. And celebrities, big celebrities who are there, they have the high peak values. So those are called leptokurtic. This is an example of the other. So when you see the data, you have the ranges. Every domain have this. Okay. Somebody is writing something. Okay. So leptokurtic, mesokurtic, platykurtic, meaning that's meaning of that. This is how it is. Mesokurtic is when you compare normalization, little peak is there. Little peak. Leptokurtic means heavy peak is there. Platykurtic means all. I said no, M set, T set, K set. All these are, everyone are doing engineering. Okay, this is, many chances are heavy here. And this is little. This is, the range also differs like that. And you may ask, madam gave a wrong example. Studying in this college or I also cracked 1 crore. Then those are called outliners. Those are called outliners. Outliners means who are out of the zone, general zone. They are not to be considered because they have joined somewhere or their family have lecturers or some funda will be there. Let us not go into reasoning. But by seeing that, those are outliners you will call. Okay. So for everything, there is a definition and there is an example. Everywhere will have an outliners. In your group also, when you go for an interview, because few people may crack in the first go only interviews. After you, if you are asked to give the opportunities, you will in the first go only, you will crack the interviews. Few people may not do it. After 2-3 attempts, they may get it. Last chance that they will be trying. So every person is unique and different. So when we do the graph for you after the interviews also, I will use that the same data, leptokurtic, mesokurtic, platykurtic. Meaning if I put all 23 people who cracked first opportunity only, I'll get peak 2-3 values. Who got normalization, meaning this many member, 10 people got. Like that, if I take the data and put the graph, for everything, there is a meaning. Okay. Next, interpretation. For everything, interpretation is there. Earlier, for skews, what I said, interpretation is for left side or right side. If it is right side and if it is there, it is a positive sign, or left side means it's a negative sign. The business is not running well, is what I said. Now, similarly, for everything, you have to measure, meaning you have to compare and understand. What is that I'm doing? Kurtosis is 0. Greater than is leptokurtic. Less than 0 is platykurtic. That means I'm comparing with 0. 0 greater than 0 means positive. Less than 0 means negative. Equal to 0 means the distribution is considered as normal distribution. This is very common, something like that I'm trying to tell you. That is the interpretation. So whenever we are doing for anything. We are interpreting by these values. Okay. Now, kurtosis, please note down the kurtosis from formula. What's the time? I'm taking out of the time, I think. But what to do? We are not able to finish. Read the dates almost. So I finished introduction to data science. This is not yet, we have to give. Probability distribution, I didn't start. Statistical, inferential, skews and kurtosis, I finished. I'm closing. This is, I'll show the sample you see here. Overall, we'll come to this stage. Graph to show student risk based on attendance. Okay, simple project you see here. So some students' data is present, given here. Okay. Graph is like this. So how we are comparing? I will show the comparison. Graph you got like this, and you are comparing name, attendance. What is the attendance? Depending on the attendance score at risk. I am telling whether it is false or true. Keep up. So whenever the person attendance is less, the extra practice and mentor should be there. Okay, keep up. Mentor plus extra, meaning depending on the extra. Here, this complete data science. No, I don't say complete data science. So what is it? Depending on the problem here? Graph to show student risk-based attendance. If you are not attending only, how do you know that particular thing is working? You don't know. So this is a sample one project to show you. Now, let me see. Let me show you. There is a run button. You put it in the PPT. Yeah. There is no run button. That is a code. This is a code which is written. But I made in a video for this. I'm thinking that is a video. That's not coming. Okay. I'll see. For now, I'm closing. Before closing, I want to ensure that we are doing right closing or not. Now, probabilities, inferential, sampling, linear algebra. So let's go to the kurtosis and explain you. Then I'll go to the next skews and kurtosis. Ungrouped. So we know for ungrouped, easy is what we said. Kurtosis is compared with 0 less than 0, greater than 0 or 0. So directly we are using kurtosis. That's all. Directly we are using. So numpy is a library and also kurtosis, import kurtosis we are saying, and directly we are saying kurtosis of data. So what happens? Something, it will be printed, this value. So now what is kurtosis formula? What did I say? Mean minus median by standard deviation, if you remember. I think that is Q, I think, no? I don't know. Okay. Then you are comparing the values. These I didn't tell. Absolute value, I didn't say. Hold on for absolute value. Only with the compare with this. So heavy tails, all those you are doing. Okay, this is kurtosis. First skew, let me explain. Skew is, this is the standard deviation. For kurtosis is different formula. So numpy again, data, mean you are doing, median you are doing, standard deviation you are doing, and substituting those values. Okay. And if I run, I get that. So now I'm saying positively skewed. So I'm comparing Karl Marx speed 1 and 2, and then I'll compare with greater than 0 or less than 0. Negatively skewed or positively skewed or symmetrical distribution. If neither of these two, you're calling symmetric. So this is all easy because you are using numpy and using directly keywords like median, median, standard deviation. But when you say for grouped data, again, the same logic you have to write. This is for skew data and ungrouped for kurtosis is directly you are using the formula called kurtosis of data. Then you are comparing with less than 0.5 and greater than 0. That's all. And you are saying which type of matrix it is. Let me run this. So you are saying mesotic. That means there are peaks. If I give something here, when I run earlier, this is a positive skew, no? Now it will become negative skew. Oh, positively skewed up. Really? Maybe values are showing. Negatively skewed. Because 0.0, this skew value should be greater than 0, less than 0. So this, it should be like this. So when you do that, you will get that. Okay. Negatively. If you remove few minuses and if you do, it becomes positive skew. This is also negative only, it seems. Bigger values I should not do. Bigger values I should do. Then automatically it becomes. No, now also negative only it will come. Because 20 is bigger, no? Now 0 points positively skewed. Okay, this is skew and this is kurtosis. Next is grouped data. Grouped data, what we are doing? Mean, median, when we wanted, we have to find the midpoints. Then all substitution. This is a program for grouped data with using numpy. You can't use directly kurtosis value or skew value here directly. Skew, for skews, we use the keyword called directly skew is not there because the formula is 3 into mean minus mean by standard deviation. But these three can be used directly. For kurtosis, you have an for kurtosis again, you are doing midpoints, standard deviation, kurtosis. You are applying the formula here again. So whenever the difficult part comes only for grouped data. But it is easy for ungrouped data. Directly keywords you are using. So again, you need to understand, go back to your previous programs, mean, median, mode. And no need to be writing like this only. There is no guarantee that you should write like this only. You can write multiple ways to program the language. Okay, there is no hard rule that the program should be written in this way only. If you have a different logic, apply different logic. Without use libraries, you can do. With using libraries, you can do. But generally, I prefer to use libraries because lot of logic don't use brain so much. When libraries are there, use the libraries. That's my advice. Here I wrote without libraries. So midpoint, if you remember, how did I do midpoint? Cumulative frequency, come sum I used. Midpoint, what did I use? Array for loop I used. In mean, the same way you can write. Why did I write for this is I did not prepare for you guys separately. So whatever is there for maths and stats students, engineering students, I have given different programs for different people. Okay. So kurtosis and skews is done. Should we stop here? Too much it is, I believe. Full day is gone. Tomorrow, I mean next working day, we can continue. I'll give you the homeworks, but try. How much ever you can try, you can do it. Yes, I will share right away. I will share. Is it in this chat box? Should I say, or shall I give it to Namita? What is her name? What? Nandita. Should I give it to Nandita? She will upload. What is the process you guys are following? I need to tell all these three. Three are pending still. Okay, whichever I finished, I'll give. Tendency. Did you receive, girls? Dispersions. Four chapters I told, no? Skews and kurtoses. This is open already. I need to close the PPT. Closed. Okay, somebody is advising me. You can share to them. Is that somebody is advising? What is her name? Okay. And Sila is doing that. Okay, I shared, however, you can download. Once I close this, that windows will go, that shared ones will go. You better don't download them. Now, few more, what is pending? Binomial distribution, p-value, A/B testing. So tomorrow I will do that. Sampling, binomial distribution, probability, all those I will do tomorrow. Okay. Now, what I will do is, I will share you the homework. So now if you see the homework, wherever you're not able to understand, that means I haven't covered. That's the meaning of it. See, this you can do. Mean, median. Right? First problem you can do. Second problem you can do. Third problem you can do. Fourth problem you can do. Everything you can do. Do. I covered this. Okay, if you're not able, wherever analysis, those are not covered. Regressions, correlations, probability, I didn't do it. Leave them. Wherever I did not finish, remove. Inferential also, I didn't do it. Tomorrow we'll finish this. Project also, I gave project also, including that and this. Hold on. For that skews, wherever skews and percentiles are there, you can do it. Okay? Please download this. Once I finish the next session, you can be able to do it. Once I finish the all the 5-day sessions, you can do the entire project. Okay? Are you happy, girls? Is it heavy? Is it too much? Hmm? No response. It's heavy, ma'am. Yes, I also feel heavy. We'll take a break then. Break in the sense Sunday is there, no? Then anybody is there, Nandita or Shifa in the session? Nandita? Shifa? Okay. Done? Should we wrap it up? Girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
It's quite long. We can wrap it up for now. They all are tired.
Okay, done. Lot of people are saying yes. Tomorrow is a holiday, no, Ansila? Sunday. Shashank, you didn't show me your face only today. Too much of topics are there. So it is heavy. Oh, finally, at the end of the day, Shashank is showing up the face. Okay. Chalo, bye. Take care. Practice it. And we'll work out when is our next class. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.